Good afternoon, all of you. And first, I would like to thank Saleh for inviting me for the EPOMEC for the 10th year since it started. And I would like also to thank VSY for inviting me to give their presentation in EPOMEC for the second year. Here I'm going to speak about the new IOL of VSY, which is a real EDoF IOL with a continuous stable defocus curve for far and intermediate, and then it will drop to near. This is an Enova Advanced. Here, this is my financial disclosure. The contents of my talk will be why we need and have interest in the EDoF IOLs. Enova Advanced IOL design and material, the defocus curve of this IOL, the optical bench data, and very early clinical results. This is, let's us to speak about the presbyopia correction first. This is a survey conducted by the ECRS regarding the IOL for presbyopia correction. And here we can see to the left is the main two parts is the trifocal and the EDoF IOLs. There is a stable number of the trifocal IOL consumed during the past few years, while the EDoF IOL is increasing and there is an increase of implantation of the EDoF IOL. I know that we have a bad experience as a surgeon with such IOLs regarding the cost for the patients. This IOL will be a high cost than the monofocal IOL, and at the same time, the bad experience from the diffractive EDoF IOLs regarding the halos and the glare and loss of contrast sensitivity. But now with this EDoF IOL, this is a refractive EDoF IOL. It is non-diffractive, so that there is no halos or glare, and the IOL should give a best contrast sensitivity regarding the other EDoF IOLs, as we are going to see after a while. The IOL give us a very good platform based on the Enova IOL, which is giving us no halos and glare like the monofocal IOL, and at the same time it is 100% glistening free. There will be a controlled unfolding of the IOL inside the bag, not too much stiff IOL, and it will be centralized very fast after implantation, and it will be easy in implantation, as we are going to see in the video. The second, which is responsible about all the features and all the focus curve of the IOL, the technology which is called the tailoring light technology or light tailoring technology. It will give us a crisp far vision, better than the other EDoF IOL, as we are going to see regarding the bench data, and also the strong intermediate, so that the patient can see clearly at 67 centimeter from the eye, and finally it gives some effective near vision. Here, the unique feature of this IOL, if we are looking to the left figure, this is the central 2 millimeter of the IOL. This central 2 millimeter of the IOL, there is a central bump. This bump will work as an enhanced monofocal or monofocal plus IOL, as we are going to shift now to the right figure. And the second part, this surrounding the central bump, this is, if you remember the last year when I presented the Trinova Pro C, we were discussing the sinusoidal steps of the trifocal IOL of the same company, the VSY, and this was this IOL has 93% light transmission, so that there's better contrast sensitivity, and at the same time, due to the sinusoidal steps, it was less halos and glare. So that the company took one of the steps and surrounded the central part with this one of the steps. So it will give a distinct three foci, one for far, one for intermediate, and one for near. And if we are looking to the right figure, we'll see the light structure number one, which is the central bump, will give this dashed curve. This is an MTF picture. This is not a real vision. This is MTF, so that it will show the contrast sensitivity of the IOL. If we are looking to the central part, it will give the dashed curve. This dashed curve showing us that there is a good far contrast, and then this contrast will not drop directly after the distant part. While the second step, it will give 3 distinct foci, one for far, which is very good far vision, and then and very good contrast. Then the second foci, the second focus will be for intermediate, and then the third focus will be for near, and it is a little bit higher than the monofocal IOL. So there will be a continuous light going from the far into the intermediate, and this is the beauty of this IOL. And if we compare the structure of the Enova Advanced and the AcrySoft Vivity, we will see that both of them has 2 structures inside the center of the IOL. The Enova Advanced had, as I described, the structure number 1 and structure number 2, while the AcrySoft Vivity have a transition element in the center which will stretch the light to give the EDoF effect, and then the second structure, which is a little bit higher than the other one of the Enova Advanced, and this will give the shift of the wavefront to give the maximum energy used. And here, this is the defocus curve of the IOL. If we are looking this is a comparison between the defocus curve of 3 IOLs. One of them is the monofocal Enova, and the second is the Enova Advanced, and the third is the Vivity IOL. If we are looking the Enova monofocal, of course, it gives the highest defocus curve for far, but it very fast drop in intermediate and in near. And if we look to the Enova Advanced, this is it will have a high and crisp far vision, little bit different than the monofocal Enova, and at the same time, it is much better than the Vivity IOL. Then both Vivity IOL and the Enova Advanced have the same intermediate and near structure of the defocus curve, giving us an idea that the intermediate vision will be that good, as we have a trial and we have the chance to try the Vivity IOL for a long time now, and we know all of us that it has a very good intermediate vision, but a little bit troubles with some patients in the far vision. But this is not that obvious because those patients are cataractous patients, so that any improvement in far vision after the surgery will be perfect for them. And here, this is some benchmark data regarding the 2 IOLs, comparing the modulation transfer function or the contrast sensitivity between both IOLs at 2 millimeter, 3 millimeter, 3.75, and 4.5 millimeter apertures. We'll see that at 2 millimeter, both of the IOL has the same far vision, but the Enova Advanced is better in intermediate. While at 3 millimeter, the Enova Advanced will overcome the Vivity IOL, and they have the same intermediate and the same at 3.75 and 4.5 millimeter apertures. And if we looked at the US Air Force target images, we will see that regarding the far vision, all the apertures for the Enova Advanced is overcoming the Vivity IOL, detecting these targets, and the patient with the test with the Enova Advanced giving much better results for far vision. Regarding the intermediate, both of them are equal at 3 millimeter aperture, giving the same sharpness and the same contrast sensitivity at 3 millimeter pupil. What's the platform of the Enova Advanced? Here we will go through this. One of the cases I implanted with the Enova Advanced, this patient was need 20 plus 20 and a half diopters. The IOL is 6 millimeter in diameter, optic, and 13 millimeter overall length. And if we looked into the center of the IOL, this is the ring in the center of the IOL. And remember, this is a dry packed IOL. There is no any solutions confirming that this IOL is an hydrophobic IOL. Taking the IOL from its container, then it is a flexible IOL. It is not tough to implant the or to put the IOL inside the cartridge. You can just little pushing over the IOL, it will go under the shoulders of the cartridge. After that, loading the cartridge into the injector. This is what's called AcryJet injector, and I'm calling it EasyJet because you'll see how it is easy to inject this IOL through 2.2 millimeter incision. Just confirm that you are not catching the IOL inside the cartridge. Then starting to inject the IOL. It is a regular injection, but it is very easy compared to the other IOLs injected with such injector. Here, the IOL is unfolding very easily inside the bag, very not that fast, not that slow, but it's better than the other hydrophobic IOLs we know. Then just pushing over the haptic, it will go immediately into the bag, and the IOL is very fast centralized inside the bag. No need for much time. The IOL is still stiff. You have to rotate the IOL many times to unfold. This is not happened here. The IOL unfold in a fast way to have its main position and permanent position inside the bag. Then it's very easy to wash under the IOL, because the sharp edge of the IOL facilitating going under the optic of the IOL, removing the whole of the OVDs from behind the IOL. And finally, I'm going to show how it looks inside the bag. If we are tilting the IOL, if we are tilting the eye a little bit, you'll see the central rings of the IOL taking the central 2 millimeter, showing that there is something here will work and will give more efficient vision for the patients. So there is a study conducted in the Utah University confirming that the Enova Advanced is 100% glistening free compared to the other two IOLs present in this study. That confirms that this IOL will be a glistening free, giving much better vision for the patients regarding the far and the intermediate vision. There is something, again, with the biomechanical properties giving this IOL the flexibility to unfold very easily and to take its permanent position inside the bag, which is the glass transition temperature. It was -2 degrees, so that it is too much less than the room temperature, so that this is what will give the IOL the flexibility to unfold very fast inside the eye. This is the technical features of the IOL. It is 6 millimeter optic, 13 millimeter overall length. It is dry packed, and at the same time, the power range from 10 to 30 plus diopters. And it will be implanted with the AcryJet injector. And the A constant is 118.7, which needs some optimization and more optimization, as I think after implantation, too much of these IOLs. And the early multicenter study, this is a study done for 92 eyes, including 63 patients. The far vision was 0.1 logmar, and this is a very good vision for the start, for the proper optimization of the A constant. And second, the intermediate was 0.2 and the near was 0.3. There is no patients had any abnormal complaints or any side effects after the surgery. And the IOL centralization was very good. There is no any glistening in any one of the patients implanted with this IOL. And finally, according to the request of our patients, they need, I think, after the nowadays the long time of the screen, all the patients are spending with the mobile, the computers. They need something to be glass-free. When they come to the surgeon, don't be afraid to offer them the new EDoF IOLs, especially the Enova Advanced, because it will be a very good vision and sharp vision for far. The intermediate vision will be enough for those patients to read the computer and the mobile, and at the same time, they give some near vision if you are implanting this IOL bilaterally. And finally, I would like you to try the Enova Advanced IOL, and would like from the company to give the IOL in an accepted price to be widely distributed and widely implanted in our patients. Thank you very much.